the biggest transformation, the most powerful transformation, the most significant transformation for you, my gorgeous Taurus, this year. Most certainly, it's going to start, it's going to develop, it's going to unfold on the 16th of August 2019. On the 16th of August, you will be going through a really important and very powerful transformation. When I say transformation, it is going to lead towards your own personal rebirth. It is going to lead towards you feeling so much better, so much more optimistic, so much more positive. But on another hand, this is also going to reveal an interesting option that you are going to have by the end of the actual day, by the end of that day on the 16th of August. The interesting option that you are going to have, it's actually going to be very interesting because you are going to be rather indecisive, which means that there are two things going to be very significant which you are going to be thinking about. Two things are going to be very certain. Two things are going to be very significant, and you are most certainly going to feel very much drawn to these two situations, these two things. Indeed, by the time you get to the end of the month, by the time we get to the actual end of August 2019, you are actually going to be going through your own very much so something that I can describe like a wake-up call. Your own personal wake-up call. It is just going to help you to realize that there is a very important unfoldment about to happen and about to manifest in your life. And it's so important because it's purely connected to the last 36 months of your life. Within the last 36 months, there were things that you were worrying about, there were things that you were thinking about, there were things that you were focusing on, and those things you kind of decided to not maybe to pay as much as attention as you should have. And you know what? You did exactly the right thing, because now this is just going to bounce back, and now the moment in time is very important and it's very special because karmically you are actually going to be you will be going through the very important stage of your life, very important stage on this earth, very important stage of your personal spiritual journey. This is going to reflect on you in such a fantastic and a wonderful way, because not only you will be thinking about a couple of options that you're going to have. What I was going to say about these options, both of these indecisive situation you're going to go through, they will provide you with two options. Both of these options are going to be good. Both of these options are going to be significant. And just the energy of you actually thinking about them, just the energy of you focusing on them, focusing on two different options, are actually going to provide you with something completely different, something completely new. And this most certainly, my gorgeous Tauruses, is going to be the moment of invocation. My Lord, my Lord, my Lord, the power of your mind is going to be like superb. It is not only you about thinking, it is not only you thinking about an indecisive situation, you thinking about two options that are going to develop into like an amazing life-changing opportunity by the end of this month. But it is also like you realizing something very important about your life. But at the same time, you're also going to get all your energy back when it comes to your optimism. And also the most important is for me to say that the power of your mind is going to be so strong I cannot even explain. I don't even know how to explain this to you. This is so important because most certainly the power of your mind is going to be so strong, and it is going to be so powerful, and it is going to be so significant that whatever you try to do, you will just kind of be able to get there like so much quicker, so much sooner. And especially in this period from the 16th of August right until the end of August, this is going to be the time of manifestation. Okay, the bottom line is, my gorgeous Taurus, on the 16th of August, the power of your mind is going to be very strong. The power of your manifestation is going to be very powerful, which means that this is absolutely fantastic time to actually plant those spiritual seeds. Do something different. Be adventurous. Try to do all those things that you wanted to do, and try to try things that you wanted to try as well, because something very interesting is going to be revealed to you at the same time. A certain mystery is going to be revealed to you at the same time. This is in between the 16th of August until the end of this month. But most importantly, it is the time to plant your spiritual seeds, because because the land is going to be so fertile, so spiritually fertile, like there is no tomorrow. And this in itself is going to make you feel like a very adventurous, but also it's going to give you lots of ideas. But there is one idea in particular that is going to become that you are going to become very drawn to. One particular idea is going to come to you. One particular idea is going to be very important. One particular idea is going to manifest to you at this moment in time on the 16th of August that is just going to become absolutely mind-blowing. At the same time, you are going to need to deal with a certain emotional situation, and it is going to be rather emotional time when it comes to a certain family member, because you're going to need to put certain things across. You're going to need to come to some kind of agreement. But that's really good, because that's something that affected you along the line within the next few months as well. So I assume that some kind of like a very important family member have upset you, or maybe things didn't work out that well, but that is just going to bounce back. You're going to be able to put your point across. Most certainly your point is going to be good. It's going to be optimistic. It's going to be very positive, and most certainly it is going to be the step in the right direction for yourself and for your family member. So when it comes to the 16th of August, please try to focus, try to think, what would you like to manifest? What would you like to start? It is not even like just about like, okay, I want to do this, I want to do that. Just try to focus on things that make you feel good. Try to focus on things that make you feel happy. And at the same time, try to see how you feel about it, because there is going to be like a little surprise that you're going to feel, little surprise that you're going to sense. And that surprise is going to be the moment in time when the new direction is going to be revealed. So it's all about using this energy, going with the flow with this particular energy, feeling this energy, sensing this energy to the best of your abilities. But most certainly you will be able to kind of sense this in a different way, because your intuition is just going to be so strong, it's going to be so powerful. So it's not only about the power of mind, but it's the power of realization. It's the power of like a stepping away from your situation and looking what you need to fix and what you need to do. Every now and then we are given this God's power to actually be able like kind of fly above our situation and look at our life from a slightly different angle, with different people's eyes, with the different eyes. And that in itself is everything, because that can reveal to us certain bits and pieces and certain parts of our life that we haven't been paying attention to, that we haven't been focusing on. And that's why I'm saying that this is going to be big. This is the time of rejuvenation. This is the time of rebirth. This is the time of purification. This is the time of reflection, and this is the time of unfoldment. On another hand, when you start feeling very strongly, but especially on the 16th of August, that day is going to be superbly important. But you can also do one day before, on the 16th of August, and one day later, my babies as well. And what you can do is just take like a little candle, basically not as big as this. I'm gonna try to not to knock it out and knock this candle out this time, but try to get like a little candle as well. Try to work with this energy, try to work with this vibration, try to work with this power. Just try to get like a little candle, you know what I mean, and try to stick to one thing, you know. Get a little candle, get an organic essential lavender oil, quite important, and also get a pen and lighter you're going to need. Also, you're going to need to like be around the candle when you do this, so you can make your own initiation, you can make your own wish, you can send your wish to the universe, because this is on another hand, this is very important. And once you know what you want to do, once you see what you feel drawn to, once you want something to be expanded and enhanced and to go in a certain direction, you have to be positive, you have to be optimistic. Say that's your sign, you see. You have to like be very positive and very optimistic, and also like try to stick to one thing, like for example maybe like a success or health, or you know. And then you take like that candle, you kind of sit down, you focus a little bit, you get the energy, you focus on what you want to manifest, and then at the same time you write down what you want to manifest, and then repeat it, you know, to start making this manifestation, to make it more powerful, to start. And then once you write it, then you take your finger and then anoint one side, second side, and the third side of the candle, around the candle. And each time you do it, each time you think more about what would you like to manifest in a slightly different way, in a slightly different direction, with a slightly different opportunities around. You see, that's how you're making it more powerful, that's how you're making it more enhanced, and that's how you're also starting a very important stage, like when you like literally knock towards a different dimension. Indeed, and that's exactly what you're gonna do. So you can do that, and then you basically take a little candle after you wrote some something on it. After you anoint it 3 times, then you take a little candle, you take a lighter, you light it, my darlings, and then at the same time you just focus on this light, you focus on this candle, and you focus on those things that you wanted to do. And this moment is very important, the moment when you light a candle, indeed, because at the same time you make a very strong connection with your candle, with your wish, with the universe, with your God, with your spirit guides, you know, and with your angels, you know. But at the same time you light the candle within yourself. So this is the moment when you just make this candle very familiar with yourself, and the wish and the manifestation is going to become even more strong and more powerful. Okay, and then just basically when you light your candle, your manifestation is going to start manifesting. As I said, you're working with the universe, you're working with the power, this wonderful vibration. Indeed, once the candle burns until the end, you can go outside, you can find a place that's calling you, find a place that is going to be the most appropriate for you to bury this candle remainings, and then once you dig a little hole, bury the candle in the little hole, cover it with the ground, look around you, which stone is calling you, of course, by which stone do you feel connected to. Go and get it, and then put it on the actual place where you buried the remainings, and then you can just go, basically. And this is all your work done. This is your manifestation. This is you sending your wish to the universe. This is you asking your God and asking your spirits to grant your wish. So it's absolutely brilliant, because at the same time you've already started this powerful manifestation, and because it's going to be your time, this is going to be very, very important for you, my gorgeous Tauruses, indeed. You see, it is the time when you're going to get your strength. It is the time when you're going to get your power. It is the control over the situation that you are going to have. And spiritually, you're going to have absolutely wonderful balance. And what does that mean? Well, that means that you're going to be very sharp. And that also means that you're going to be super clever. I'm not saying that you're not super clever, but you're going to be very super clever and super intelligent when it comes to your own spiritual situation. You're also going to find yourself being attached and being kind of completely joined to the certain side, certain part of your life that you wouldn't normally be, and there is a certain area in particular that you're uncertain about, and you need a little bit of more of like a courage to do, you know, and things like that, and confidence. And now this is going to be your moment to shine. Very, very important, because this is the time of your rebirth, this is the time of your wake-up call, and this is the time when you're going to be very powerful, because instinctively you're going to be very strong and you're going to be rather grounded indeed. Okay, so now my name is Sasha Bonasin, and I'm a psychic medium, and this is your monthly horoscope tarot card reading, and it's for you, my gorgeous Taurus, Taurini, and it's for August 2019. So it's for you, my gorgeous Taurus, and it's for August 2019. Of course. What else is going to be your number if it's not number 7? Number 7 is a very strong number, but it's not number 7 this time. It's actually number 8. Number 8 is a very powerful number. Number 8 is a very important number when it comes to relationships, social relationships, and family relationships. There are certain family members and certain relationships that are going to be in touch with you this month, and this is very important for you. This is very important to you because it is going to reflect on you in a really wonderful way, and it's something that is going to make you feel really happy. On another hand, this is also going to be the time of accomplishment. Always going to be the time when you're going to realize that you're in a really good place when it comes to finances and certain securities. Okay, really nice progress. And also, what else I was going to say, the wonderful balance, the wonderful balance number 8 means, and also a really big reward. My beautiful Taurinis, this is going to be the time of your personal reward, because throughout this month, your own personal reflection, through your own karma, through your own spiritual journey, you know, throughout this month, you will be having things chucked at you when it comes to the sense of rewards. You have been working so far, you have been focusing, you have been working a lot, you have been focusing a lot. If you are retired, you know, you have been thinking and focusing a lot, and you have been using certain amount of energy towards like a certain specific subject, and now that is going to bounce back to you this month, and it's going to be absolutely wonderful. And you will see, my babies, exactly what this is, because most certainly it is going to be the time of swift change, and that swift change is also going to reveal a very, very interesting unfoldment, and you're also going to realize that, you know, quite a few things happen in a more advanced way, and you're going to realize that you've got more resources than you need in order to move on and make a really big decision when it comes to your life. Okay, on another hand, number 8 means that, like, you know, financially this is going to be good month. Financially this is going to be brilliant, and also there's going to be good news, a little surprise, like a good surprise when it comes to finances, which I'm going to say that a little bit later. And also it is all about the certain advice. There's a very important advice that you're going to get from somebody this month, and that advice is just going to be like a really fantastic eye-opener for you. You know what else means number 8? Number 8 means that your justice, my baby, is coming. Your justice is coming. This is good, and your justice is going to bring you a real and proper and genuine and a fantastic balance, which is just going to reflect on you in so many different ways. And I'm so happy for you, because this most certainly, my babies, is going to be the new starting point, because massive, annoying, stupid problem is just literally coming to an end. I say stupid problem because it's something that was draining you so much, like there is no tomorrow. That problem is coming to an end. But when it comes to the actual justice, and if you did kind of sue someone, God, if you did kind of like if you did have like some kind of like a court case or something like that, or vice versa, whatever, you know, anything to do with the court case, or anything to do with, it doesn't have to be necessarily a court case, but if you're waiting for someone to actually make a certain decision about you, you know, if you've been waiting for it for a while, most certainly this decision is going to be made, and it's going to be good. The bottom line is, my gorgeous Tauruses, you are going to get your justice this month, and I'm so happy for you, because this is most certainly going to be very good. On another hand, this is all about good news, and it's all about a gain, and it's all about advancement, you know, something that you expected, but it's actually going to end up being really better, and there is a new option that is going to be unfolded, and that is going to put a beautiful smile on your face, my gorgeous Tauruses, because this is all about your ideas, this is all about you. And also to those of you that are working, you know, if you're working or expecting some kind of promotion, this is going to be very interesting month. If you're looking for a job, please keep going, because this is going to be significant. And also for those of you that are retired, you know, this is also going to be a really good month, because what you were working on, now there is going to be a really good outcome when it comes to an advancement, but that is going to reflect on you financially, and it is going to reflect on you lovely when it comes to your success, and when it comes to new option that is going to become available to you. So it's like promotion for your life. So it's really, really good. My Lord, my Lord, my Lord, Tauruses. Okay. On another hand, what else I was going to say, that when it comes to your health, my gorgeous Tauruses, you're also going to need to pay attention to your kidneys and to your liver. This is very important month to actually try to flush out the toxins out of the body. So try to drink as much as... Boo! You see, every time. Okay. Try to drink as much water as you can, because water is really good throughout the month. Okay, also try to drink lots of like a cranberry juice, because it is a very good indeed when it comes to kidney and liver health. Okay, also try to eat lots of pumpkin seeds. Pumpkin seeds are so important. And another thing that I was going to say, I know I'm saying a lot, but this is so important, please try to make your own smoothies. You know, smoothie. Try to make your own smoothies, but it's very important for both liver and kidneys to try to eat berries, strawberries, raspberries, goji berries, you know, blackberries, blueberries. All these berries are absolutely wonderful. They've got ridiculously high amount of vitamin C, but also lots of other things that are going to help you with your liver and with your kidneys health, because it just works like a really beautiful filter. Please try to get like smoothies. I would highly suggest you to have this like every single day if you possibly can, for like a month, but at least for a little while if you can. But if you can make your own, it would be absolutely fantastic, absolutely perfect. And if you can make it organic without any GMO, any rubbish like that, it would be brilliant for you, you see, if you could make it organic, like without any horrible ingredients ingredients or anything like that. So this is something that I highly suggest indeed. Okay, my gorgeous Taurus, now I'm going to focus on the first date that is going to be rather important for you, my babies. The first date that is going to be rather important to you is actually going to be on the 2nd of August. Oh, 2nd of August, you're going to be like, yes, I'm up for it, I'm ready. You know, you're going to feel so happy, you're going to feel very ecstatic, and there is the energy that you're going to have, but it is going to be underlined because it means that it's going to come from somewhere, because it means that you are subconsciously waiting for the certain moment when you're going to reconnect with someone, or you are certain relationship. It's very important here. So subconsciously something is going to make you feel really happy already on the 1st of August, because it's going to be the moment of like some kind of reconnection that it's very strong. It already maybe started, or you already had this important reconnection in your life, you know, important relationship, important reconnection, or it's about to happen. However, this energy is just going to take you somewhere else. This optimistic energy is going to take you somewhere else in your mind, where you're going to be able to illuminate certain part of yourself, certain part of your mind in such a way where you're going to be able to see much further. That in itself, on the 2nd of August, it's actually going to bring you the fantastic resolution to the problem and conclusion. And that conclusion is going to be brilliant, because it's just going to bring you automatically healing. It's going to make you feel really good. It's going to make you feel brilliant. And it's also going to be consisting of a compromise, but also it is going to bring you the whole new inspiration. You will want to like kind of celebrate, gather with people, meet up with people and celebrate. On another hand, I'm not gonna lie to you, there is also going to be the moment in time here that by the end of the day, on the 2nd of August, you're also going to come across with a situation, oh my lord, something is going to surprise you. A bit of a tower. Something is going to surprise you, a little bit of a tower situation, which means that something is going to happen, like a little change, little sudden change that is going to shake things a little bit, make the waters a little bit murky, and then you're just going to need a little bit longer to kind of find yourself. But by the time you find yourself, you will realize that this is actually absolutely brilliant indeed, because it's something that you needed, something that is going to reflect in, you know, a wonderful way, because it's going to bring you so much radiance. But also you will realize something else through this situation. You see, again, the same card. You're going to realize exactly the same thing through this situation, because you've got more resources than you need in order to go on the next stage of your life. But this is going to be really important, because it is going to surprise you, but it's also going to show you, and it's going to prove something to you. You will be able to prove something to yourself, you know, and that in itself is going to be a really big moment, and that in itself is just going to give you great determination, because you will know through this negative situation that the time is move on, and you're going to learn something out of it, and you're going to be able to take this into your own example and kind of just change your path a little bit. This is so important. I can't even stress this, because it's all to do with a new beginning, and it's all to do with something new, you know, a new option that is going to bring you great determination, initiative, strength, you know, force, activity, power, success. This is absolutely brilliant. This is all about love, and it's all about new direction, and it's all about power and success indeed. Okay. The second important day, my gorgeous Taurinis, it's going to be on the 12th of August. Now, the 12th of August is just basically about you thinking very big. You know, you're going to be very open-minded here. You're going to be thinking like about changing certain things in your immediate environment. And this is just so important, and I'm not really surprised at all, because we are getting closer to the 16th of August, what I said before, which means you will be able to feel and sense these energies, and that is already going to make you feel like a Vavavumish. Vavavumish when it comes to the actual, you know, energy, optimism, power, really big and really great significance. This is so good, because you're also at the same time, it's going to make you feel really brave to make a really important decision. The decision that you are going to make is just going to be so much to do with what you know, what you're aware of, what you were hoping, what you were waiting for, but it's also to do with your own practicality, and it's also to do with your own knowledge. When I said that you're going to be focusing on your home and things like that, this is so important, and it's very significant for you to do like a smudging, you know. Take a dry sage. I do this like every month, because if I don't do this I would be like, oh, you know, like I do this every month indeed. And basically just go into every single room in the house, close all the windows, make it very smoky indeed, and by the time you make the whole house really smoky with the dry sage, it's just so important, so powerful, so significant to get rid of the negative energy. You know, by the time you get until the end, you know, by the time you smoke the whole every single room in the house, then you open the window, and as the smoke goes, you know, this negative energy goes, this bad energy goes, low vibration goes, and things like that. So that's why this is so important. And I said it before, I'm going to say it again, that this is not only working like to smudge your home, to get rid of the negative energies, negative entities, like whatever may be attached there, but it also will help you. It will help you because, you know, it will cleanse your energy, it will cleanse your negative energy, it will help you with your balance. And if you feel like a little bit bad or negative within the next 2 days, if you feel low or drained, that's actually really good. It means that you had a certain amount of negative energy within you, and this is cleanse you as well at the same time when you cleanse your home. It's so important to do this because spiritually this is going to be significant leading towards the 16th of August, okay? Now, if you see this video way later than this, then as long as you do it at a certain point this month throughout August, it would be good, it would be brilliant. But you know, if you see it like after this date, but otherwise you just do it on the 12th or at around the 12th, it would be fantastic. If you would like to buy dry sage stick, then you can look in the actual description, and you can get this from my store. By buying things from my channel, you're also supporting my channel as well. I need to say this, okay? So now sorry, the third important date is going to be on the 23rd of August. Now the 23rd of August, ooh la la, it is just going to be like a little bit disappointment when it comes to the certain person, disappointment when it comes to someone, and it's just like a little bit of bitter experience that you're going to have, because you're going to realize that maybe you are not moving in the right direction when it comes to the certain person. You're not, maybe you were trying to put certain points across, but it didn't just kind of work, and that is just going to surprise you a little bit, because it's just the kind of like the realization that the certain things are just, you know, sometimes the certain dimension just making us to think in a different way, but we also feel strongly about certain things, and also it gives a confidence, and that confidence brings a new energy. And it helps us to make a certain decision that we wouldn't normally feel like a strong enough to make or something like that. But this is so good, because you do, you are actually going to have a really important hermit moment. Now, when I say hermit, I like hermit moments because it's more than, you know, lots of people think it's like, oh God, I'm going to be all depressed, like sitting down. No, my baby, no. Hermit moment is a powerful moment. It's a strong moment. It's one of my favorite ever, because you at the same time, you're very much so attached to your spirit guides, to your angels, to your God. By the same, this is because the veil in between this world and the spirit world is at its thinnest, just like how it's on the 31st of October. Some call it Halloween, I'll call it Samhain. You know, it really depends, but it's a very strong day on the 31st of October, when the energies are like super powerful, and the veil in between this world and the spirit world is at its thinnest. So this is what is going to happen here on the 23rd, following like a slightly negative situation, and that is going to invite, and that is going to make you to be drawn towards your own hermit moment. But at the same time, your spirit guides are going to be calling you to come through, to come forward, and they're going to be having a very special message for you, very special message for you, because you will be able to illuminate a certain part of yourself, a certain part of your life that you're not normally illuminating. Look at this, look at this, and look at this, and look at this. This is a very important to say that it's exactly the same card that came out again. This is unbelievable. This is so important, because this is the second time that the second card came out that is a different one. So, oh my Lord. So it is going to be very important for you to realize that you are going to make two very important decisions this month indeed. But this in itself is going to be so significant, so important, because it is going to give you strength, power, and confidence, you know, and most certainly it is going to give you confidence in order order to make a really big change when it comes to your home, when it comes to your family, when it comes to like the people around you. You know, this is all going to lead towards you becoming very certain about and making a really important change. Big change, huge change, massive change, but it's all going to be connected to this particular situation. Very, very good, my gorgeous Taurinis. Very, very good indeed. Okay, so now I'm going to start with the very first part of August 2019 for you, my gorgeous Tauruses. And the very first part of August is most certainly going to start with you focusing on what you are doing, what you are doing, what you are doing. It is all so significant, and it's very important to stay committed to the task at hand, to not try to get distracted, do not try to get like distracted, because this is the moment of time when you're going to be very psychic, very spiritual. So it's going to be very easy to actually be distracted with things around you, because you will be able to sense like everything so much more enhanced indeed. And also, you know, remember to stay committed to the task at hand, because there is going to be like a very tricky feeling, very tricky emotion that you're going to have. When I say tricky feeling and tricky emotion, it means that you're going to have a slight fear of unknown. You're going to feel a little bit, not a little bit scared, but you will not be able to sense that. You will not be able to explain this energy. And this is because the new beginning is coming. And at the same time, this is helping you to emerge in a certain way. And this is something that is going to last for generations, for a really long time, and that's where you're going to be able to sense this fear of the unknown, because your psychic feelings and your third eye are going to start expanding here like there is no tomorrow. My God, my God, my God. That in itself is going to lead towards something big, something huge, because that is going to be the beginning of your turning point, starting to roll, starting to roll, starting to roll, starting to roll. And as the time goes by, as the days go by, you are going to become more powerful in a sense of you being able to detect and attach certain things around you, and which are going to become like a really important parts of your life in your immediate future planning, and it's not even going to be that long. This is so important because you're going to be a little bit indecisive. There are a couple of things that are going to be bothering you in order to do, in order to say, in order to make, but you're actually going to need a little bit of like some kind of advice from a teacher. There is going to be some kind of a guru, some kind of spiritual teacher, hello, somebody that you're gonna get your advice from or advice through. So it doesn't have to be like a literally, you know, you meet up with this person, but it could be like you're watching me like this and you know exactly what to do, you know exactly what you say, you know exactly which direction to go, and you know exactly which option would be the best, because you will really need a little bit of confirmation here, whether you're doing the right thing, and that in itself is going to be good because you're going to get it, and it's going to bring you wonderful balance indeed. Okay. And that balance is also going to be really good because there is a certain honor that is going to come through, honor that is going to become obvious from a certain leader, and that in itself is going to make you feel really good. It's going to make you feel really creative, and most certainly something very good about the luxury, something very good around you, something good about something very positive. It's going to happen when it comes to you wanting to make certain changes, but it's a lot to do with you treating yourself, you doing something to yourself, and especially by the time when we get to the second part of August, you know, this is all going to be about you focusing on your like luxury culmination and wanting to like kind of reward yourself. This is good, this is good, this is good, because this moment in time is going to be perfect for rewards as well, because by buying yourself things, by treating yourself in a certain way, you're also expanding your mind, you're expanding your energy, you're expanding your way of thinking, and that in itself is also going to be a really good moment for you because it's going to make you feel better, and that is a good energy indeed. On another hand, the second part of August is going to bring you wonderful change. My Lord, you know what? This is important. This is very deep, and this is when it comes to you being recognized, like to the full of your potential, to the full of your abilities. This is very important because it's to do with a change, big change, and something is going to start here, and it's going to last 8 months. Something is going to start here, and it's going to last 8 months indeed, and it's going to be the second stage of a really important time development here. But it's to do with the recognition. The mid-August is going to bring you fantastic recognition of your own abilities. You're going to feel cocky, but in a good way. People are going to praise you up, and that is exactly what you will need for your own confidence and accomplishment. And that in itself is just going to become obvious that a certain ending is about to come. The certain ending is about to happen, you see. And also it is just all about a certain ending, about some kind of codependency. It's coming to an end. Something or someone that you were dependent on, now this situation is coming to an end, and this is good, because you are passionate about this part of your life, and this is going to take you karmically on the whole new next level, next journey, and you will realize that you've got more than you need in order to move on. You've got more than you need, and also the teamwork, something very good is going to happen to the team of people, whether this is a group of people like your immediate family that you were working on something and you're expecting this, or this is at work, you know, team of people are going to create something really good, or if you're self-employed also, this is going to be like ridiculously important time, in ridiculously important moment in time when you're going to be really busy. It is all going to lead to the next stage, to the second stage of your life, spiritual journey, which is going to lead on another hand towards the new beginning. But there is, my babies, I'm sorry, there is a little bit of a heartbreaking situation that I'm seeing here. Heartbreaking when it comes to the certain part of your life, you know, you wanted something in particular to happen, to unfold, to develop, but it's just you're going to realize, oh no, I'm just going to leave this, you know, it's time to like kind of go over. My karmic journey with this particular situation come to an end, and that, believe me or not, by the time we get to the last part of August, is going to reveal something very significant to you, and by you realizing, oh God, I'm just going to move from this situation, you're also at the same time, you're just immediately the new door is going to become available and open for you. The new door is going to become open for you at the end of August 2019, and that is going to reveal something so good when it comes to your big wish, your big dream. My God, everything is going to fall into the places here, and you will like it. Absolutely fantastic time. It's going to start with the realization that the lost opportunity that you had within the last 2 years, there was a very big opportunity, huge, massive, giant, enormous opportunity that you had, and it was lost. Now, my babies, this is going to come back. Now, my babies, this is going to bounce back, and it's going to turn into the prosperous situation, and it's going to give you an option to go for it once again. Fantastic, because that is a very big moment in time which is going to give you the whole new inspiration and potential, and you will think, my God, this caused me so many problems before, and now you're going to be absolutely brilliant, because not only you will get like the completely different situation out of it, but there are two new things that are going to be very significant and very obvious out of this situation you were worrying about, and it's absolutely brilliant. On another hand, certain inheritance is also going to become very important here, and if you haven't got anybody to leave inheritance, then you're going to be surprised with a certain amount of money which is going to travel to you, okay? But other people are also going to kind of be the part of it, but extra money, it's always good. And certain traveling is going to become very significant here. You are going to be most certainly like you're going to be very drawn to a plan to travel, okay? And also an overwhelming emotion about the traveling, and also the certain person is going to become very significant in your life later on. There is somebody that you're going to meet, somebody that is going to become the part of your spiritual journey, and this is just the beginning. Wonderful person, nice person, is going to make you feel really good, really significant, and it's also going to make you give you like an overwhelming emotion. I really want to say something to you, my gorgeous Taurus, is that it's very important for you to get also like a black tourmaline. Look at this black tourmaline block, you see? Sometimes they have these little bits and pieces, you see, they're like a little bit white, but I absolutely like it because it's a natural. So sometimes they're fully black, or sometimes they've got like a little patterns, or like a black and like a silver, white. It's wonderful. I like it because the energy is very strong, the energy is very powerful, and it does protect people. It's the best crystal to actually protect yourself against all sorts of negative energies, all sorts of negative people, some, you know, evil eye, and sometimes people do the things to us intentionally, and sometimes they do it like a non-intentionally. However, it depends how strong people are. But it's not only about that, it's about the fact that your vibration is going to be very strong. Spiritually, you're going to be very open. So on one hand, you will be receiving all sorts of things, but on another hand, you will be psychically open more than you normally are. So you can be drawn to other energies around you that are floating all the time. So that's why I think it's really important to get like a black tourmaline and just have it around you throughout August 2019. Okay, in order to get a black tourmaline crystal, you can buy this in the description. The link is in the description below. And by buying from my channel, you're also supporting my channel as well, my gorgeous, gorgeous Tauruses. Okay, what else I was going to say is just basically now I'm just going to shuffle these cards and I'm going to connect to those of you that are actually in relationship. I really like it because it's good. Because as a couple, you're going to go on a very important stage of your life. As a couple, something very important is going to start, something very important is going to begin, and this is to do with the trust. This is to do with the time being together. This is to do with love. This is to do with emotions, but above all is to do with the trust. So there is a fantastic a change going to happen here. You see this? Absolutely brilliant. Fantastic change is going to happen here. Control over the situation, love, power, emotions are going to take you somewhere else. But it's so important to say that especially just it's to do and it's connected with a part of your life that was making you feel unsatisfied, that was making you feel like you were struggling. So now this is going to be the completely opposite situation that is going to reveal a new option after the struggle, which is going to help you both to decide something very significant when it comes to your life and when it comes to your future. You see, very, very good, very significant, and it's a rather fertile time when it comes to you focusing on the new stage of your life. But it's to do with only like two people who really understand each other like so much that can actually make a decision like this. So it's very, very important months for those of you that are in relationship, because you are going to make a very important decision that is going to reflect on both of you. Okay, so now I'm going to shuffle these cards and I'm going to connect to those of you that are single and ready to mingle. You know, I'm not even going to like try to say this in a completely different way or something like that. Do you know what? It's to do with somebody very special that is coming. Somebody very significant is coming. Okay? Stranger in the night, da 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 da, na 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 na, na 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 na, na 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 na, na 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 na. Stranger in the night, naughty Taurus, na 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 na. No, I'm joking. No, seriously, I'm seeing like somebody very cute, somebody very nice, somebody very gentle, somebody very powerful, somebody very sharp, somebody very clever, somebody very successful, somebody very intelligent. Like, my lord, I'm seeing like so much in this. You know, it means it's somebody very important. It's about to enter your life. Very, very important. But you are going to have like quite a few different stages this month, because you will be able to see your life from a completely different perspective, because you are going to become the part of this journey when you're going to realize there is something about the luxury, about money, success that is going to be very significant. It's going to be very obvious, and this is going to take your attention. At the same time, you're going to hear about a certain success, and you're going to find yourself being like a part of the like a really good dimension where financially you will actually progress even better than you would progress normally. This is the moment, yeah. You see, this is the moment in time where you are actually going to not only rediscover yourself, but you're actually going to find somebody very important who is going to be able to understand you to your, like, oh my lord, like completely. This person is going to be able to understand you like there is no tomorrow, and this person is going to be very significant. You know, sometimes, you know, we can meet people, we can find people, but we have just like a different balance. And then it's just a matter of time, you know, how far we're gonna go and how much do we have to rediscover and discover about selves and about a spiritual journey. It just depends when people are emotionally completely different, but we do end up with them like all the time. But this one in particular has got like a very much so like a very similar karmic situation to you, very similar emotions to you, very similar past to you, which is just going to kind of, you're going to be able to fill each other up with the same amount of emotions that you both equally need. So that's why I'm saying that this is such an important moment in time, because you're going to meet someone very special, you're going to meet someone very significant, and that person in itself is just going to have an absolutely fantastic impact on you, and it's also going to have us just a perfect impact on you, perfect balance on you, and it is going to be vice versa. You will be able to kind of feel this person in a completely different way, and finally and suddenly you're also going to be be able to focus on the different parts and the different areas of your life with this person, through this person. Absolutely fantastic, mind-blowing and remarkable at the same time. I'm so happy for you, my gorgeous, my beautiful, my ever so precious, my ever so powerful Taurus. This month is going to be really good, and it is going to lead towards something very special. It is going to lead towards your own personal rebirth, and also, you know, heavy karma is slowly coming to an end, and most certainly you're going to be able to feel this, you're going to be able to sense this, and you're going to be able to look at the life like through completely different eyes, okay? And it's going to feel good, it's going to be brilliant, it's going to be amazing. My gorgeous Taurus, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I love you all to bits. Okay, I'm sending you healing, brightest blessings, love and light to all of you. Okay, my gorgeous Taurus, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you, Taurus. Bye.